Qabalah Tree of Life, the 10 Sephiroth. In Qabalah, the Tree of Life is known to be a map of the physical world and the spiritual world. It illustrates how to elevate our consciousness to reach the divine and how one could receive higher consciousness. The Tree of Life consists of 32 paths, the 10 Sephiroth, and the 22 paths. The Sephiroth are the most recognizable aspect of the tree and are generally the easiest to learn and remember. They are considered to be the vessels of divine light, the emanations of God's creation. The 10 Sephiroth represent the principles of creation, the higher laws of cosmic order, and the different states of consciousness. In Qabalah, the tarot cards have been assigned to the Tree of Life. The minor arcana correspond to the 10 Sephiroth, and the major arcana correspond to the 22 paths and the 22 Hebrew letters. Each tarot card encompasses the archetypal energy of the many different facets of life, which are found in Qabalah. Each of the 4 tarot suits correlates to one of the 4 worlds. There are many other correspondences to the Tree of Life, including minerals, archangels, zodiac signs, planets, elements, plants, and many others. Applying these correspondences, along with the tarot, will help you to unlock the hidden Gnosis and the many mysteries of life and creation. The first Sephirah, Keter, the crown. The first Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Keter. Keter is known as the crown, and it represents the true self. Keter is beyond all things outside of time. This Sephirah serves as an antenna to receive the divine spark from the Ein Sof, the first force swirling out of the unmanifest. Keter is represented by the 4 aces from the minor arcana. Keter is the potential of God. The second Sephirah, Chokmah, wisdom. The second Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Chokmah. Chokmah is the supernal father, wisdom, and the soul consciousness known as Chia, true will. Chokmah is purely primal masculine energy. This Sephirah is the very force that initiates creation, a boundless energy forming action. Chokmah is represented by the 4 twos of the minor arcana and the 4 kings from the court. Chokmah is the manifesting and unfolding of God. The third Sephirah, Binah, understanding. The third Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Binah. Binah is the supernal mother, understanding, and the soul consciousness known as Neshama, the intellectual self. Binah is purely primal feminine energy, the receptive force that gives shape and form to all of creation. This Sephirah is where the soul begins to come alive. Binah is represented by the 4 threes of the minor arcana and the 4 queens from the court. Binah is the moment of God. The fourth Sephirah, Chesed, mercy. The fourth Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Chesed. Chesed is mercy, love, and kindness. Chesed provides stability for manifestation to come into being. This Sephirah is where abstract thought and memory take their form, providing room for expansion and growth. Chesed is represented by the 4 fours of the minor arcana. Chesed is the speech and silence of God. The fifth Sephirah, Gevurah, strength. The fifth Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Gevurah. Gevurah is strength, judgment, and power. Gevurah is the will of the human soul. This Sephirah is the principle of restriction, chaos, and elimination. Difficulties and challenges arise to form discernment. Gevurah is represented by the 4 fives of the minor arcana. Gevurah is the yearning and wrath of God. The sixth Sephirah, Tiphareth, beauty. The sixth Sephirah on the Qabalah Tree of Life is Tiphareth. Tiphareth is beauty and balance. This Sephirah is where imagination comes into play. The role of Tiphareth is to convert and harmonize all manifestations from the source, the conductor which allows all energy to pass through. Tiphareth is represented by the 4 6 of the minor arcana and the 4 knights from the court. Tiphareth is the righteousness of God. The seventh Sephirah, Netzach, victory. The seventh Sephira on the Qabalah tree of life is Netzach. Netzach is victory and endurance. Netzach is the infinity of cycles and creation. This Sephira provides fortitude, determination, and instinct. The creative acts of expression and love begin to take form and shape. Netzach is represented by the 4 sevens of the minor arcana. Netzach is the grace and pleasure of God. The 8th Sephira, Hod, Splendor. The 8th Sephira on the Qabalah tree of life is Hod. Hod is splendor and glory. Hod brings forth reason into existence. This Sephira is a force that breaks down manifestation into separate and distinguishable forms. Diversity, structure, and expression of every kind emanate in their many different forms. Hod is represented by the 4 eights of the minor arcana. Hod is the healing of God. The 9th Sephira, Yesod, Foundation. The 9th Sephira on the Qabalah tree of life is Yesod. Yesod is the foundation and the soul consciousness known as Nefesh, the sentience of humans and animals. This Sephira unites spiritual concepts into a formidable action. Yesod acts as a mirror or reflector of energies. It illuminates all passing energy into existence. Yesod is represented by the 4 nines of the minor arcana. Yesod is the might of God. The 10th Sephira, Malkut, the kingdom. The 10th Sephira on the Qabalah tree of life is Malkut. Malkut is the gates, the kingdom, and the physical world. Malkut is where all forms of God's emanations manifest into tangible and dense forms. The female presence of God, Shekinah, and physical manifestation. Malkut is represented by the 4 tens of the minor arcana and the 4 pages from the court. Malkut is the world of foundations.